Don't forget to subscribe to The Chrissy B Show, always aiming to show you the happier side of life. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back to the show. So we're going to be continuing our topic of the way men see themselves and being self-conscious about their image. I'd like to go to a Skype call now with Stephan Pierre Mitchell. Hello, Stephan.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, thanks.
Now, Stephan, you have been on the show before and you did sort of go into depth about some stuff that you went through as a child, being brought up in a home and all the trauma that you went through. But luckily, you found help, you came out on the other side, you were very positive. But also the stuff that you're doing now, because you're an actor and you also do some modeling, things like that. How pressurized is that industry to be in when it comes to body image?
A lot. Really, especially modeling. I think as an actor, it's easier because you do find those roles for, the bigger size, the smaller size.
Yeah.
But I think as a model, or actually musical theatre, I've worked in, backstage, because I'm not from a musical theatre, but I've worked and shared the stage with musical theatre students and have, trained with some of them, and you can see a lot of pressure on the boys.
Right.
Without food, they have to be light so they can do the lift, and there's that body image that they're obsessed.
Mm-hmm. But how do you, for yourself, keep yourself grounded and not sort of get too overly concerned with that? How do you do it for you?
I'll make a confession. When I was 16 to 18, I was extremely big. Extremely big. Like I'm like now size what? My waist is 28, 30. At that time, I was between 36 and 38, and I was just 16. And my grandma used to tell me one thing, is like, when you eat food, it's just to cover the hunger, not to, don't be greedy with food. And I think that's what I was doing. I was shoving things, cakes, bread, I couldn't care less. And one day I thought to myself, because I had a lot of palpitation, and I'm beginning to look very heavy. There was a point I couldn't even look in the mirror. The pot belly you're talking about, the man boobs and everything. And I became really upset. And I thought to myself, first of all, I think I need to look into my life, my health, and accept the fact that, I have to look in what I eat. And I started walking a lot to work rather than taking the bus or anything like that. And, with time...
So you obviously lost a lot of weight since then. But obviously, you also work with, you work with youngsters, don't you? Because you're a mentor as well. Do you notice a trend in them sometimes? And how do you help them not to be obsessed with their image?
First of all, I told them, because I work a lot with musicians, people that want to aspire to be models and everything. So some of them, they want this perfect body, and I said them to themselves. When I went into modeling and I tried, and I was gutted that I couldn't be signed to a certain agency because of my height. Then I started looking to myself and said, accept who I am. I'm not going to ever be 6 feet tall, but if the opportunity comes, let your personality shine through. Now I model alongside with people that are 6 feet tall.
You've got a very big personality, haven't you, Stephan?
Because of the personality that you bring on stage, and use whatever you've got to shade out.
Yeah, it's not always about the image, it's
not.
You're made up of a lot of things, not just what's on the outside, right? Yeah, all right then. It's been lovely speaking to you, Stephan.
Thank you, and big shout out to Models of Diversity, can I just say?
Yeah, of course, go ahead. Love them.
Kingdom and the US are doing a fantastic job in giving a voice and a stage to diversity, whether you're black, mixed, big, small, and they're doing a fantastic job to build that image, and it's okay to be who you are.
Exactly,
as long as you go for a passion.
Yeah, I love Models of Diversity. Thank you, Stephan. Lovely speaking to you.
Bye.
Okay, so now we'll go over to Malik Kaddu. How are you, Malik?
I'm fine, all right.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
you. Can you tell us a bit about yourself, first of all?
Yeah, I'm a sports model, sports and lifestyle model, sport therapist trainer as well, so I specialise in massage and rehab. And
Okay, so obviously you have a lot of dealings with men that come to you for training and stuff like that. Have you noticed that men are becoming a bit obsessed with the way they look?
I mean, definitely. It depends what's driving them to, go and work out. It could be from self-ego, it can be from sense of security, because they may feel like having muscle gives them that sense of, looking big, intimidation, you know, and looking good, obviously, confidence, the feedback, appealing to the opposite sex. Yeah. You know, all that comes into account of being obsessed with, you know, working out. You can have a general awareness towards your own health and fitness, so therefore, you know, you could be addicted or obsessed with, you know, going to the gym, you know, especially if you're an athlete as well. You're going to be obsessed because if you're a high trainer,
you've got a goal you have to reach, right?
You have to try and maintain your weight and everything. So, yeah, there's many reasons why.
How do you keep yourself not obsessed with your looks? If I can say, because you're also a model.
I don't know.
Is that a hard question? Sorry.
No, it's not really. Because I think I just know what happens when you push yourself too far. Yeah. When you become too addicted to that high.
Have you ever been addicted to that?
Maybe when I was younger. But
I used to be addicted to exercise because I used it as an outlet because I used to be depressed. So I used to train a lot because it made me feel a bit better at the time. Yeah. So I overdid it not because I wanted to look a certain way, just because I felt better. But obviously, incidentally, I also toned up and everything, so I looked quite good. But then other people do it because they're so concerned about how they look.
They're so concerned about how they look, and you know that could obviously, you're just risking yourself an injury, really. Rather than just pacing yourself. And just as much as the workout is rest, and I always say that to clients, is rest and adaptations. Your muscles have to adapt to the stress that you're putting on it. So it's really important to rest. So,
which people don't do much of, do they? When they've got a goal.
Yeah, of course not. Yeah.
Do you notice it sort of maybe men over exercising more with the younger generation? Would you say than the older? Or just say it's about the same?
I think it's about the same, really. Yeah. Especially like, you know, there's people that I've come across and like I've grown up with, and maybe they were getting bullied, so they'll get called all these names and everything. So like years later, you'll find them in the gym and they look really big. Yeah. And that's only because they feel more secure, and they feel like you know you
can't mess with them. If they're bigger.
So it's like it's to do with that, and just.
There's so many issues involved, isn't there?
Yeah, there's plenty of issues with males anyway. There's definitely plenty of issues that are involved when it comes to working out and keeping fit.
Okay. I want to know a bit about you, Malik.
Yeah.
Malik, pronounced your name wrong. Malik.
Yeah, don't worry.
Okay, so tell me a bit about yourself, because you've also worked with some pretty. You know, big names, haven't you? Are you allowed to talk about that?
Yeah.
Go on there and tell us.
Yeah, quite recently, I think 2 months ago, I worked with Cheryl Cole. I've done a music video. I've worked with.
Oh, you dance as well?
No. I was. Music. Yeah, I was like playing snooker with her.
Oh, okay, you were.
So I was like in her music video, and.
So what was it like playing snooker with Cheryl Cole?
That was all right.
Could you concentrate?
Nah, I didn't actually. Yeah. Yeah. Recently, I worked with Jose Mourinho, the Chelsea.
Wow. Okay.
Chelsea manager, and just like athletes from Usain Bolt. And
what did you do with Usain Bolt?
We did a runway show for the 2012 Olympics. Okay. Because Bob Marley's daughter was designing the outwear for what the Jamaicans are going to wear. So I got picked to be on the runway with Usain Bolt, and to advertise for that.
Was that exciting for you?
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. And
okay. And what about your modelling? How's that going?
Yeah, it's going pretty well. We've done the I did recently an advert for the World Cup. That was good, for the Sun. Okay. And that was amazing, like one of the most amazing times. It was like a 2-day shoot in Elstree. And that was great with everyone from like Sports on Screen. And yeah, that was good stuff. Okay. It was great banter.
It was good, yeah?
Yeah, definitely great.
No, but how do you keep yourself sort of like not obsessed with your looks? And because obviously I can imagine it's hard. You're a model, you're in the public eye, you're in that kind of industry where it can get really difficult. Yeah. What advice maybe would you give to other young men that are maybe thinking of going into modelling or industries like that? What would you say?
I think it's like with sports modelling or modelling in general, it's more than just your image. It's more than just your build. You've got to the shoots are really skill-based. So, you know, I can be coming up against someone that's big, but then the client demands more than that. So, you know, he might be bigger than me, but can he act in front of screen? Can he put across an accent? Can he, you know, play football, play a sport? And it's all different things, really. You've got, it's all based on what skill you bring to the table, not just your build so my suggestion is just be yourself, really, and perfect what you're really good at. If it's playing the piano or
because everyone has their strengths.
Yeah, everyone has their strengths, and you know, depending on what the shoot is based on, you never know, they could be asking for, we want, I don't know, a French-speaking footballer.
You never know, do
exactly.
you?
So it's just one of those things. You just really just got to be yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
I wouldn't want anyone like getting big and thinking, oh, I have to look like this because it's more.
That's the thing. We do have to work with what we have. We shouldn't. I know it's easy to say, but we really shouldn't compare ourselves with other people, because you have your own talents, and sometimes maybe you don't know what they are yet. But by practicing and doing different things, you will discover that, won't you?
Yeah, definitely.
But Malik, it's been lovely speaking to you, and all the best with everything that you're going to do and continue doing. Brilliant. Okay, thanks. But guys, do stay tuned, because after the break we have our self-development coach Chris Brown, who's going to actually be talking about believing in you, and I'll also be answering a question from a viewer. So stay tuned.
Don't forget to subscribe to The Chrissy B Show, always aiming to show you the happier side of life. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter.